One of the main factors that led me to choose AFG College was the practicality of the program, which was really important and a key factor for me, especially that at that period I was already involved in the business very heavily. So the program needed to be very practical to actually help me in the business, and one of the other reasons actually is the location. The location of the university is a very prime location, so it was also very important. Yes, of course, there were many highlights throughout the year. I think one of the important highlights is the community in the college, in the university. It was a really healthy community. The type of people and students that were in the university at that time were very influential people, people that could understand business people, and I truly felt that my colleagues in the university were support for any person that's looking to do a project or to do, let's say, a new business. There are many valuable lessons, but I think one of the key lessons is that you need to be as realistic as possible in your life, and sometimes people put goals for themselves that that are like too far, and I feel that the correct way to take it is that you put milestones instead of just one end goal, because putting a very high end goal in the beginning can cause you to feel a little bit down in some stages. So if you put them in milestones, and this is what I did for myself actually at that time, I put for myself milestones. I want to achieve this in 1 year, I want to achieve this in the second year, and that in the third year. So now I am actually in more than one position, let's say, and that is because I started very early on. Some people might be surprised by the age, you are this age and you are in this many positions, but the truth is that actually I started in business and being involved in the company from when I was around 14 to 15 years old. So that made me, get a lot of experience, real life experience from my father directly, and he's my role model, to be honest, in business and in many other aspects. And I feel that the work which I'm doing today and the place where I reach today, it's really heavily connected to to the support from my family, especially my father and my mother. When I chose the University of Aberdeen, it was because of the practical program, and this is one of the major things which really helped me in my work life. So basically, some programs are very theoretical and are a little bit hard to apply in daily life and in the business life, let's say. But what I found with AFG is that it was very realistic and very, let's say, related to our day-to-day work. There are many tips actually, and I feel this type of, let's say, tips meaning it should be like for each person it should be different, and depending on his situation, because taking general tips from I see people from Instagram posting things, and we need to be careful, because sometimes these types of tips can change the direction of someone, and it might not always be the correct direction. So my biggest tip is to choose the correct tip. So to choose the tip which is suitable for your situation, for your ambition, for your goals, for your milestones, for your work, for your your environment that you're in. It all makes a difference, because some tips might sound great, but maybe they're not suitable for you. The work environment, one of the main things is that it's not like you imagined. And this is really important. One of the most important lessons is that it's not like what you imagine it, or it's not like what you see in let's say movies or even success stories. Sometimes you see success stories and movies about successful people. sometimes people just show the bright side of work and the bright side of success, and it's important to understand that if you are facing challenges in work and facing problems in work, that's the norm. It is very normal to have challenges, it's very normal to have issues, but it's very important also to solve them and to move forward. And at the end of the day, it's a cycle, it doesn't stop. You cannot you cannot just say to the whole business and the whole world, stop, let me fix my issue. No, things will go on. You need to fix it, and you need to live with it and continue your success. Well, the international business, I can look at it as a widening of the experience of a person. It's not usually a challenge, but it's important to go into international business understanding what you should expect there. You should expect that there are different religions, there are different nationalities, there are different work ethics there, and to be able to work with international entities, you need to be understanding, and you need to be somewhat flexible, but also you need to keep your own rules also at the same time. So you don't want to break your own rules, but it's the norm to have good ethics, whether you're dealing with international or national companies. And I feel like it really widens your experience, because once you learn something good from this international base, and this international base, and this international base, you can apply that to your own work and your own business, and that's how international businesses become international. One of the best ways to learn the international, let's say, cultures is to mix with them. So once you have one of the faculty members from, let's say, Scotland, one from England, one from the US, and from different countries, it really opens up a very good opportunity for you to learn and to have some let's say, experience with international nationalities. Both of them complete each other. Learning, work as a normal job, and being an entrepreneur at the same time, all of them, when you mix them all together, each one fills the gap for a specific thing. Because when you're an entrepreneur, you need to have staff, and your staff are the ones who bring the professionalism to your entrepreneurship, and so on. It's very important to have short-term and long-term goals, and this is what I mentioned earlier, is that putting very far goals, far away from the current time, is a little bit challenging, because many things are changing today. One day you have we have maybe war, maybe you have ups and downs. You have the World Cup coming, it's a huge opportunity. 10 years ago I wouldn't know that we would have the World Cup. So putting for yourself a long-term goal, I feel personally that sometimes it might lock you into a specific path, and will not keep you very flexible. But you should always aim for something, but it shouldn't mean that if there is an opportunity, don't take it because it doesn't match your goal. Yes, take it. Like if you have a goal, I want to be, let's say X goal in 10 years. Break it down to years. Break down the goal to next year. What should I do to reach to that goal? One of the important things which I want to portray to the current students is, studying. It's a very important part of the business. Even if you are sure that you have, for example, a job in the future, or you secure a job, but it's really important because it will actually help you. And it's very important to understand that the program in the university currently is tailored to help the actual entrepreneur, or even the normal employee, to actually be successful in his job, and also it prepares them to have a very diverse idea about the full business, because you could be working in HR, but you need to have an understanding about the rest of the business, and this is what the program in Aberdeen does. So this is very important. Finally, what's really important for me is that I learned a lot from university. University is just one stage of the several stages in life that someone needs to complete, and I feel like everyone should be dedicated in their work and to have the personality and the confidence that this is part of their stages or their milestones that they need to complete, and it helps them in the future milestones. So it's very important that they take a lot of care in this stage, because what you do today and what you learn today and what you focus on today, it will help you a lot in the coming 40, 50, 60 years ahead.